All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we are going to supercharge one of the simplest study tools out there, the flashcard. Seriously, forget everything you think you know. We're about to turn this humble piece of paper into your new secret weapon for academic success.
So, if you're in university, this scene right here probably hits a little too close to home. You're just swimming in this endless sea of lecture notes, heavy textbook chapters, complicated articles. It is so easy to feel like you're just treading water, just trying not to drown in all the information you're supposed to somehow master.
But what if I told you there's a much better way? A way to actually conquer that mountain of material that's, get this, backed by cognitive science. Yeah, this isn't about pulling more all-nighters or drinking more coffee. It's about making your study time incredibly efficient and, well, actually effective. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the University Learning Challenge. Because let's be real, at university, it's not just about more information, it's about way more complex information. The old tricks you used in high school, like just rereading your notes, they just don't cut it anymore. And this is exactly where we need a new perspective. I want you to completely stop thinking of flashcards as just a dumb tool for memorizing vocabulary. From now on, I want you to think of them as a high-performance cognitive engine, one that's specifically designed to build deep, lasting knowledge. So, how do we build this engine? Well, it all starts with crafting the perfect card. I'm not kidding. The quality of your flashcards is the absolute foundation for this entire system. Get this right and you're golden.
Now, the rules are simple, but they are crucial. First, you've got to focus only on the essentials. We're talking key definitions, critical formulas, important dates. And here is the most important rule of all. One core idea per card. Just one. We're aiming for bite-sized, digestible info, not mini essays. Keywords and short phrases are your best friends here. Keep it concise.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, that's a perfect flashcard. A sharp question and a clean, simple answer. On the right, well, that's what most of us make. A mini textbook on a card. That's not a memory test, that's a reading test. The whole goal is to force your brain to recall the information, not just recognize words you've already written down. And hey, don't forget, our brains are wired for visuals, which gives us another huge advantage. For subjects like anatomy or chemistry, a simple little diagram isn't just decoration, it's a powerful memory anchor. It literally creates a second pathway to that information, making it so much harder to forget. Okay, so having a perfect flashcard is just the hardware. Now we need the software, the scientific principles that make the whole thing run. The first principle is active recall. And here's what that really means. Look, passively looking at an answer is easy, right? But it doesn't build memory. Forcing your brain to retrieve the answer from scratch. Now that is the real workout. It's like exercising a muscle. Every single time you successfully recall something, you are literally strengthening that neural pathway, making the memory tougher and more durable. The second principle is called spaced repetition. Think of this as your intelligent scheduling system. Our brains, they naturally forget things over time. Spaced repetition is a genius little hack that strategically interrupts this forgetting curve by showing you a flashcard just as you're about to forget it. It's all about timing.
And here's basically what that schedule looks like in practice. You review new stuff often at first, like on day 1, then again on day 3, but as that information starts to stick, the review intervals get longer and longer, stretching out to a week, then a month. This, right here, is the real secret to studying less but remembering more.
And you know what the best part is? You don't have to manage this complicated schedule yourself. I mean, who has time for that? Digital tools like Anki or Quizlet have these spaced repetition algorithms built right in. They do all the heavy lifting for you, automatically showing you the right card at exactly the right time. It's amazing.
Okay, so once you've mastered the basics, it's time for some pro-level customization. This is how you really take the system and make it uniquely, powerfully yours. So you can start by organizing your decks by topic and maybe using color coding to keep things straight. But the real magic, the secret sauce, happens in step 3 and 4. When you create a flashcard, don't just blindly copy the textbook definition. Ask yourself, how can I connect this concept to my own life, to a funny memory, a personal experience?
And here's why that personal connection is so incredibly powerful. Memory thrives on it. It just loves it. When you link some new abstract idea to a personal experience, you're actually building extra retrieval hooks in your brain. that makes the information meaningful, and trust me, meaningful information is far, far easier to remember.
You can also make your cards way more interactive. Instead of just a simple question and answer format, try fill-in-the-blank cards, like this one. This forces a totally different, more specific kind of active recall, and it really strengthens your grasp of all the little details.
Okay, let's bring it all together now. When you combine all of these elements, you're not just making flashcards anymore. Oh no, you are building a highly sophisticated academic arsenal.
It really all comes down to these 3 pillars. Number 1, active recall to force your brain to do the work. 2, spaced repetition so you can study smarter, not harder. And 3, consistent review to make it all stick. You master these 3 things and you will master your material. Period. So this is the big takeaway. We're moving beyond simple, boring memorization. This is a systematic, science-backed process for achieving deep, durable learning. You now have the blueprint to turn a simple study tool into a true academic superweapon.
So the only question left is, where are you going to aim it first? Think about that one class that's been giving you trouble. Yep, that one. That's your first target. Now go get 'em. Happy studying.